Thor enrolls the assistance of Valkyrie, Korg and Jane Cultivate to battle Gorr the God Butcher, who plans to make the divine beings wiped out. Thor's retirement is intruded on by a cosmic executioner known as Gorr the God Butcher, who looks for the termination of the divine beings. To battle the danger, Thor enrolls the assistance of Lord Valkyrie, Korg and Jane Cultivate, who, shockingly, mysteriously uses his supernatural sledge, Mjolnir, as the strong Thor. Together, they set out upon a nerve-wracking infinite experience to reveal the secret of the God Butcher's retribution, and stop him before it's past the point of no return. After the occasions of Vindicator's final stage, Thor presently sets off on an individual excursion of finding who he is through internal harmony. In any case, presently Thor is gotten back to right into it again when he takes on a lethal new foe named Gorr the God Butcher, who looks for the elimination of the multitude of divine beings. To confront this new enemy, Thor groups with Korg, Valkyrie and his past love interest Jane Cultivate, who shockingly has been fortified with his old sledge Mjolnir. Gorr, the remainder of his kin, goes through his days endeavoring to get by on a fruitless desert with his girl Love. He implores his god Rapu for help, yet Love before long passes on from starvation. Similarly, as he hears a voice calling out to him somewhere far off, Gorr finds a desert garden where he finds Rapu, who had killed the most recent wielder of an old weapon known as Uldark the Necrosword. Rapu ridicules Gorr for his vulnerability and won't give any help. Feeling double-crossed, Gorr claims the Necrosword and decapitates him, and commitments for the end, everything being equal. Thor proceeds with his undertakings with the Watchmen of the system, answering trouble calls across the universe while attempting to get back in shape. Notwithstanding, Thor stays discontent with where he is throughout everyday life, and expects to resign. An inundation of pain calls in regards to Gorr arise, one of them being from Sif, who had pursued him down. Thor and Korg answer Sif's call, heading out in different directions from the Watchmen who leave to answer the others. They find a crushed Sif with her arm cut off, who cautions them that Gorr will go after New Asgard next. In the interim, Dr. Jane Encourage goes through therapy for stage 4 malignant growth. Endeavors to explore for a fix demonstrate worthless, and she creatures to lose trust. However, Encourage becomes propelled to venture out to New Asgard with the expectation that their wizardry can assist with taking out the malignant growth. As Thor has accidentally charmed it to safeguard Cultivate while they were together, Mjolnir becomes attracted to her presence, intertwining itself back and instilling her with the powers of the strong Thor. That evening, Gorr utilizes the Necrosword to crowd New Asgard with shadow beasts. Thor, Korg, and Sif show up to go up against them, as does Lord Valkyrie and Encourage, what Thor's identity is amazed to see. While they had the option to repulse the beasts, Gorr escapes with Asgard's kids, including Heimdall's child Axel. Thor speaks with Axel and derives that the youngsters are in the shadow domain. Realizing that Gorr's solidarity would be at its top there, Thor, Encourage, Valkyrie, and Korg travel to Transcendence City to caution Zeus of Gorr and request a military to assist with battling him. Unconvinced that Gorr is a danger to Supremacy City, Zeus rather has Thor caught, driving the others to mediate and battle off Zeus' men. In the fight, Zeus utilizes his thunderclap to annihilate Korg's body, just his face stays in salvageable shape, albeit this is enough for him to get by. Maddened, Thor utilizes the thunderclap to spear Zeus in the chest, which Valkyrie takes as the gathering departures to go up against Gorr in the shadow domain. On the way, Thor learns of Cultivate's malignant growth analysis, and the two revive their relationship. Upon appearance, they endeavor to find the kids, just to understand that they had succumbed to a snare. Gorr planned to take Stormbreaker to use the Bifrost scaffold to get to Endlessness, where he can want for the eradication of the divine beings. They fight Gorr and his shadow beasts again, however are compelled to escape back to New Asgard once Valkyrie and Cultivate are debilitated. Before Stormbreaker can be shipped across the Bifrost, Gorr takes it. Thor is educated that the impacts regarding Mjolnir are irritating Foster's malignant growth, and he asks her to remain behind to recuperate. Valkyrie is additionally unfit to keep battling, leaving the Thunderclap in Thor's control so he can battle Gorr once more. At the focal point of the universe, Gorr starts opening Englishthor with Stormbreaker. Thor shows up and saturates the youngsters with the force of Thor, invigorating them enough to defeat the excess shadow beasts. Gorr acquires the advantage against Thor. Having detected his pain, Encourage chooses to use Mjolnir again regardless of her debilitated condition and join the battle. Thor gives Encourage adequate chance to utilize Mjolnir to break the Necrosword into pieces, damning herself and Gorr. Thor recuperates Stormbreaker and has the youngsters use it to get back, however they couldn't prevent Gorr from entering forever. Thor shouts to Gorr and argues for him to pick love over death as he hurries to Encourage's side. Their affection helped him to remember the adoration he had for his little girl, accordingly choosing to utilize his desire to restore love. Cultivate before long capitulates to the malignant growth, evaporating into Valhalla. Thor acknowledges Gorr's solicitation to take guardianship of adoration before he kicks the bucket from the Necrosword's revile. In the fallout, a sculpture of Encourage as the strong Thor is raised in New Asgard. Sif and Valkyrie start